my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started off with this, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Panther kicker Zane Gonzalez has us ready to go, and we are underway here from Bank of America Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson makes his return to the NFL gridiron this season after holding out for the entirety of 2021 and being traded from Houston. The Cleveland Browns, they made a big investment not only to bring him in, but to give him by far the most guaranteed money in NFL history. If Watson brings the same player he was in Houston, though, a three-time Pro Bowl and one of the game's biggest playmakers, it may find himself a decades-long search for Cleveland's franchise quarterback. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Leonidas pulling his way in and sticking him to the turf.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that nearly opening drive by INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. Johnson on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. First down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll go with the keeper. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. By about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Hayes. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. Hubbard again, and he is there. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It will come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play at one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Got an open man, that's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Watson on 1st down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Ryan Burns, the one to bring him down.
The 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Rolling to fire pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Running thirds. And they're going to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Johnson to return it. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one was accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hayes is going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Carroll. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now? We could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday night of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And in the pit, the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And of course, where is it? Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. J.C. Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
And that's what I like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Hayes. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Down inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on a catch and run. 33 yards.
It's not surprised when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Well, it's only Week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look at mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work possession. We're seeing him play really well right now. We're making it hard to get off.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The sack recorded, it's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Down several scores or playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and give him a chance to try to throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
3rd and long, it's Watson. That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Hayes. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it, no. This rookie, big time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you have your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. From the gun, here's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Watson. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape for 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Hayes. Now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. After the interception, here's Watson, buying time to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Down to Peoples-Jones from 3 yards out. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forward and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
That's going to roll now. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by York is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Okay.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Come the Panthers, they'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
And they went into the tunnel with a lead, they come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around it to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll go down the now before getting this inside the 30. Not good for 22 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. They give him 4 yards there, it'll be 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 with a 4. touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing will lead you to bigger errors.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted at 3rd time. It's off by J.C. Horn. Well, I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Off play action. Hayes. He'll find the tight end, Sullivan, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, he's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his 1st catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Off the play fake. Hayes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Hayes. Touchdown, Panthers. DK Metcalf. 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it out first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he drops it incomplete. And struggles continue here.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
They had a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 48 yards on the ground for now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the follows blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
I don't think there's any question, Brad, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here.
Yeah? What do you need?
them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. He sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for a Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to add the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise. And I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and he'll come out to the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think they should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I put in?
My goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson breaks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked out 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Devon Hamilton with the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He was trying to clear the way of the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start this season, They will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Watson. And this throw incomplete. The finger all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson now to throw. And now almost intercepted. Oh, he's got 2 already, nearly a 3rd, but not to be, and it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Johnson. And now the rookie's free. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. So a special teams mistake on a long punt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, a terrific return, everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
Give up the middle, Hubbard, and he's going to take this across the 15 into Browns territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. I know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0. Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for the Panthers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.